Let me set my volume. Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, or wherever you may be. It is me, the infamous Kiki, and welcome to my channel. Welcome. I'm live, like I always am, live and in color in this bitch. I am out here. I'm out here by the lake, getting my walk on, trying to figure out which way to go. I'll go this way. So I thank everybody for being here to discuss a topic that I've been wanting. I hope you guys can hear me. Discuss a topic that I've been wanting to discuss for a very long time while I get my walk on a little bit. So, hello everybody. When you come in here, make sure you please smash the like button. I hope it's not too windy so you guys won't just hear. But it's not too windy out today, so that's good. It's a nice calm day, so maybe you guys can really hear me. And make sure you smash like, subscribe. This is one of many faceted videos that I'm going to be doing about online dating. Hello, Dustin. Hello, GSP. Again, my favorite people are here. This is going to be, like I was saying, several parts. I'm sorry for the lighting and the sunshine, but it's a beautiful sunny day after it being a snowstorm here in Texas for like 4 days. We finally got beauty, beauty out here. Let me show y'all. This is where I live. This is the lake. I live by a private lake, so my house is back over there by the lake. So I live by the lake. So it's a beautiful day, and it's a good day. You're literally, GSP is laying in bed like a slob. I said spontaneous. I got a spontaneous video. Like I said, I might start walking this way because I think I'm starting to feel a breeze, and I don't want y'all to be listening to the breeze. Or I might just go walk the street instead of walking the lake. If it gets a little too breezy, we'll just go wherever the day takes me. Okay. So I appreciate everybody being here. We're going to talk about online dating now. Let me give y'all some backstory. I have done other videos about how online dating is for Black women. I stand by that. I had people in the comment section saying different things about dating, and when I say dating, I mean online dating. Again, let me put the caveat. I don't mean dating finding somebody at your church. I don't mean dating finding somebody at the grocery store. I don't mean your friends hooking you up. When I say online dating or dating, I mean online dating. I mean dating apps, Facebook dating, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, Black People Meet, whatever. Hilly, there's thousands of them. Grinder, Scruff, whatever. Whether you be straight, whether you be gay, there's a dating app for you. Whether you be rich or poor, a farmer or a Christian, whether you be black seeking Asian, Asian seeking black. Y'all watch a lot of y'all watch these 90 Day Fiance shows. A lot of these people are meeting people on these international Cupid, so on and so forth. So when I'm talking about dating in 2023, because this is the start of the year, y'all. So I'm having to dip my pinky toe. Yeah, farmers meet. So I have to dip my toe in online dating again. So let me tell you something. I've been online dating. Let's see, my husband died in 2014. So I've been online dating off and on. It's almost 10 years now. Now, I met my husband. We were together for 8 wonderful years, but I met my husband back in, let's see, 2006. Yeah, I met my husband back in 2006. I met him on a chat called Lava Life. Actually, Lava Life is still around, y'all. I was amazed the other day when I found, well, not the other day, but the other month when I found that that Lava Life is still around, y'all. Like, wow. Like, that's it. There's still phone chat lines out there. I don't know if they're nationwide. Maybe it's just Texas. I don't know. Okay, but they still exist. And so that's how I met my late husband. But that was before the onset of online dating apps and smartphones and all that. You know, just back in the ancient days. Y'all know. So, that's my experience. Before I met my late husband, I had dated dudes that I met through various chat rooms. Remember the AOL chat rooms? Some of y'all are really old, because again, I'm almost 50, so some of y'all remember um, those AOL chat rooms, those IRC. Remember the IRC chats back in the day? Y'all remember those? I do. But people used to just go to chat rooms, kids, for those youngins out there, where people would just talk. You can't post no photos, you can't post no pictures. People would just go and chat. Yeah, you've got mail. I remember those AOL chat rooms, and they had them divided by interest. Like they had ones for gamers, they had just general ones, they had ones broken down by age, by region. You know, they had before there was WhatsApp, there was IRC. So I forgot what IRC stands for. It's for something something chat. But that was like what everybody, all of us little nerdy kids and nerdy people did. Because again, I'm a shy, nerdy, introverted kind of person. And then being a black female who's shy and introverted and nerdy is even more so, even more hard to really meet somebody back in the day and even now. So now I think it's easier to meet people than I think it was back then, because now you have like Reddit, you have so many chat rooms and apps and stuff. But yeah, back in the day, that's how it started. And people would meet people, talk to people, exchange numbers, especially if person lived in your area. And so you would meet them eventually. And when I say meet people, you go on blind dates, baby. When I met my husband, I had no idea what he looked like. He just gave me a description. We talked on the phone all day a lot. And when I met him, I was like, please don't be ugly. Please don't be ugly. Like that TikTok drop. And you're like, oh my God. And so I met him and he wasn't ugly. And he wasn't weird, because I'd met some weirdos off them phone chat things. You meet all kinds of weird motherfuckers. But I was happy that I met somebody who wasn't weird, wasn't ugly, and who liked me, and I was just happy with that. So yeah, so the whole online dating thing when my husband died was very new to me. And back in 2014, I would say, it was still evolving. It wasn't like it is today. It was still kind of a stigma. People would be like, oh my God, you met somebody online. There was still stigma behind it, in other words. So it wasn't really the normal thing. Now it's really the normal thing. Not everybody, your grandmama is on Tinder, your uncle's on Tinder, your daddy, your cousin, everybody you know now has been on some sort of social media dating or meeting thing. Like I said, even my mom. So now it's considered normal. Back in 2014, 2015, it was still kind of like a taboo kind of thing. Still wasn't normal. So when I started it, the people that were really on there, it was just, it's like the Wild Wild West. There wasn't, now there's more moderation and there's more algorithms. So when I was on there, it was a little bit loose and free. So all my exes since my late husband, I've met online dating. Um, but I was in a relationship for a long time, who I met on Tinder, by the way. Before Tinder got a reputation of being a fuck site, I knew Tinder as just a site just to meet people. So I got on Tinder, and that's how I met my ex, on Tinder. But like I said, now Tinder has a reputation of being a hookup site. But when I was on there, I didn't really know Tinder as a hookup site. It was just a regular dating app. I've been on Plenty of Fish, Adult Friend Finder, OkCupid. All my exes live in Texas. They do. And all my exes I found online. So yeah, back in the day, Tinder was just, it wasn't an F site. It was just a site to just, meet people. It wasn't like it is now. So now you have so many hookup sites, and you're getting into like hookup culture now. Back in 2015, it wasn't like that. So, I met my exes on there. Things have changed. So now here I am. I've been out the game years later, so I'm trying to dipping my finger back in the whole dating thing. Okay, so I'm on the market. I'm single, on the market for real this time, and I realize that things have changed. The pandemic has changed things for online dating, because people was all held up, so a bunch of people flooded online. A bunch of people realized that they sucked, that they was lonely as fuck, and that if you get COVID and you need somebody to take care of you, and you out here playing the field and you ain't got nobody, that it sucks being sick at home or being stuck at home when you can't go to a club or a bar or hang out with your friends. That it's lonely than a motherfucker when you ain't got nobody in your life, and when you can't go nowhere. Then a lot of people ran online because they realized, oh shit, I really need to be a grown up adult and have a relationship, because it's best to be stuck in a pandemic with another person instead of alone. So a bunch of people ran online who had never been online before or never thought about it, were forced just because of social situations or just because, they didn't want to be alone, to go online. So the people, I feel like I said, a lot of the stuff is, some of the stuff is my opinion, some of the stuff is just fact. That's just true. The numbers of people on online dating vastly increased during the pandemic. And that was just online, period. Online retail, online everything. Social media, YouTube, everybody got a whole influx of viewers and subscribers because people were at home, people were bored. So a lot of people were bored, a lot of people were horny. Let's just keep it real. So they went online, started doing online dating. So again, during the pandemic, I wasn't online dating, so none of this really affected me. But now, since I am, this is my observations about online dating and why online dating is basically soul destroying, um, demoralizing, in some ways dehumanizing, um, at its core. And maybe it's always been this way. Maybe I never recognized it. Maybe because, things have changed. I don't know. Back in the day when I was going online dating when my husband died, I had plenty of guys to talk to, plenty of dates. I would get dates here and there. Of course, I would get ghosted. You always gonna have people that are on there for nefarious reasons or they just playing. So I've been ghosted. I've been lied to. I've been kind of low key catfish, but not that bad like some other people have. But I was always cautious and careful because I was a online dating OG. Like, this was new to me. I was like, okay, I've went on dates with various guys here and there, and people weren't afraid to meet. Now I've noticed with online dating, people don't really want to meet. People don't really want to talk. Now online dating is like some sort of pseudo social media. I'm bored. Let me get on this thing and start a profile and scroll through people because I'm bored. I'm at work. I ain't got nothing to do. Or it's my off day. Or I want to collect likes. Or I just want people to. They don't even. People like, online dating. A lot of these sites is for hookups. People finding fuck buddies. I tell people, let me say it again. I'm gonna say it again. People online don't even want that because in order for you to be in a hookup, you have to talk to somebody. In order to hook up with somebody, you have to exchange numbers. You have to swap digits. You have to talk to the person, meet up. You have to kind of get to know that person. I'm telling people online, at least in my experience, in my opinion, I don't know about the rest of y'all, nobody even wants to do that. It's you match with people, you match with people, you match with people, and then you leave a message or whatever. It just depends on how the site go and whether you want to pay or not. I'm not gonna pay for no dating app, so I ain't paying for all the extra features. But you match with somebody because most of them are swipe left, swipe right, and then you match and then say you have a match, and then that person either sends you a message, you send it. I always send a first message, and no response. I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking maybe it's just this app, maybe it's just Tinder, maybe I'm way off base here. So go on, download another dating app, Hinge. Uh, okay, match. Or I got 20 some matches. Out of 23 matches, only like 3 people respond. I'm like, okay, delete that one. Go to another day. I said, maybe this one, maybe Match.com. Match.com too expensive, delete that one. Go to Bumble. Bumble, the women got to approach first. I don't have no problem sending a man a message first. It's just a message. It's no big deal. I don't care. Bumble, the women got to say, okay, I send a message for her, hey, how you doing? Or I read something on their profile, may comment on that, whatever. I got my little pictures though, woo woo, pictures of Glamazon Keisha. Y'all seen Glamazon Keisha. GSP says she saw a documentary on phone phobia. They have classes for young people now because nobody wants to talk on the phone. They don't want to do real life. Real life online is real life. I can understand that for younger people. I get it. Like I get it, especially this coming up generation, like in their teens and 20s. I get it. I'm talking to grown people. I'm not talking to 20-year-olds. This ain't MILF Manor. I'm not trying to hook up with somebody's son. Oh, I would like to. If you got a good looking son, holla at me. I'm not above it. Kiki is not above it. But my age group is 35 to 50 or somewhere in that age range. I date guys who are usually younger than me. I really don't like guys my age. That's a little too old looking because I don't really look that old. If I do date a dude that's like 45, he got to look like he's about 35. Like he has to be cute as far as I am. So, I listen to young people music. I'm not in the old school shit. That's just not my vibe. So my vibe is more of a 35-year-old, 36-year-old, 37-year-old, more than that. I've always dated dudes at least 6 years younger than me. So 35 to 42 is good for me. I might date a 30-year-old as long as he don't want no kids, because I ain't trying to have no kids with nobody. So the younger you get, and if they ain't got no kids, then they gonna want to have some kids with you. And I'm not having kids with nobody, so fuck out of here. But so I get it, but I'm talking to grown men, and like again, it's not about talking to me on the phone. It's like I'm matching, saying hello, and then crickets, ghost. And I've had other people complain about this too. Men and women. Like it's not just me. I'm not the only. I'm like, this can't be me. So I went online. I started talking to. I went on a chat group, which a Facebook group about women and men who online date. And then a lot of them was like, I got the same problem. I match with all these people, say hi, say whatever, and then crickets, no response. So, in our opinion, a lot of people's opinion, people online these days, I mean, at least back in the day, when I was online dating 5 years ago, I would send messages. Yeah, you get some that didn't reply, but then overwhelmingly, I would get, I would get at least 60% reply rate. Now it's like 5-10%. So I'm sitting there questioning my sanity. I'm looking at my profile. I'm tweaking my profile. I'm changing my profile because people are like, well, maybe it's your profile, but why match with me? If you match with me, you read my profile and be like, well, shit, that's I just now noticed that I don't like what she's saying in her profile. You just unmatch. I do that all the time. I unmatch. I didn't match people, clicked on their picture. Sometimes I clicked on people's pictures by accident, and I'm like, ooh, ooh. And then I was like, did I click on that person? Oh shit! If by accident my finger slipped, I just go and unmatch. If somebody don't want to talk to me, just unmatch. They ain't gotta say nothing. They ain't gotta do nothing. They ain't gotta apologize. Just unmatch. That's simple. So again, I'm not getting unmatched. I'm just saying hello. I give them 2 days. If they don't respond in 2 days, because I'm thinking maybe sometimes people are busy. I get it. Maybe sometimes people don't check the app all the time. Okay, whatever that means. Because to me, if you're on a dating app, I have alerts set. So every time I get a message or something like that, it pops up. So to me, if you don't have the alert set on the dating app, that either means you creeping because you got a girl, or you're married, or you got an entanglement or something going on. The reason why, oh, I barely check this thing. Why are you on a dating app if you barely check it? Or I'm just here because I'm curious. Or I'm here, the people that say, I'm here to make friends. I have friends, sir. Like, why are you on a dating app to make friends? There's apps and groups and places and things and people, and you could go to me if you just want friends. If you just want to talk to somebody, or if you're lonely, and that's all you're trying to do, I'm sure in the hell not getting on Tinder or eHarmony to find a friend. I'm like, there's whole groups out there. There's Facebook groups where you can talk to like-minded people just based on fandoms. I belong to a sci-fi group. I belong to a Texas Comic-Con group where, we all like conventions and shit. And so we talk about like sci-fi and which conventions we going to in Texas. It's a great place to meet people who are into Star Wars and Star Trek and Marvel. Great place. That's where I go to meet friends. I'm not thinking I'm going to Tinder to meet a sci-fi buddy who wants to go to Dallas Comic Con this summer. That's not that logically doesn't make any sense. So to me right now, it starts wearing on your self-esteem because I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? My pictures is cute. Look, I have to show y'all the pictures that I post online. These are good, these are sexy pictures. These are full body shots, me glammed up. Most people don't read the damn profiles anyway. So I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Am I not cute enough? Like, am I not, my conversation is on point. Y'all know a bitch like to talk. I talk here all the time. So I'm intelligent. I'm attractive. I have my own businesses. I work. I have my own house. I have cars. I'm a great mother. Like, after a while, it starts wearing on your mind. Like, is there something wrong with me? That's how my mind works. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a type A person, so whatever I do, I attack. I don't do shit half-assed. If I'm looking for somebody, I'm looking for somebody. If I'm dibbing and dabbing and playing, then I'm not gonna put that much effort in it. But I'm honestly trying to get to know somebody. I'm not trying to jump in a relationship. I'm not trying to jump in the bed. There's too many STDs, too many AIDS out there. So I'm not trying to mess around with 4, 5 different dudes. Like some people, want to talk to multiple women or multiple men. I'm off that. I just want one cool dude to talk to, someone to get to know. We ain't got to jump in a relationship. I'm not trying to jump into no relationship with nobody. Nothing like that. I just want to go out, have some drinks, have some food, go to different events, have a good time, see if we have things in common, see if we got to be compatible. I don't do, there's certain types of men I don't do. I don't do Trump supporters. I don't fuck with Republicans. Y'all know, just my preference is just, I'm too highly political and opinionated for that to even work on any kind of social level. So I gotta have somebody that's like-minded, open-minded. I gotta have somebody. I date all types of men. I like Hispanic men, white men, black men. I'm in Texas, but it's like when I get on a dating app, I have to look and see somebody behind me. I don't want to offend people. But when I get on a dating app, like the only white dudes I see is like Duck Dynasty. I'm not in the country boo school boogieing ass white dudes. That's just not me. That don't fit my swagger. That don't fit who I am. Like I gotta, and whoever I'm with have to be comfortable around black folks because I go to Kwanzaa Fest, I go to Juneteenth, I go to African bookstore. Like I'm involved in my culture. So whoever I be with, they can't be um shocked or uncomfortable, because you get some people that ain't, I ask them, has they ever dated a black woman before? Some of them are like, no, I've never dated a black woman. I typically don't date white men who've never been with black women just because it's too much of a culture shock because I'm real about it. You know, so, that's this is a little bit about me, but, it's kind of demoralizing and a waste of time, I feel like, to get on these dating apps. And then it's hard enough, black women getting on dating apps, hard enough for us because, we not the preference. We not the preference. Um, so that's hard enough to deal with. But then on top of that, you sending messages after messages, and you're like, okay, nobody's really responding. So I don't know. So I tell people to proceed with caution. On these dating, it also depends on what area you live in. Proceed with caution, and maybe your experience might be different. Is your experience the same? But this is not a way to go into a situation where you just like feel like you're screaming into the void, and you're like, hello, 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 hello. And then it's not everybody, but some of the responses I get, you do get the knuckleheads who are like, well, I'm just looking for somebody to fuck or whatever. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, good luck, unmatched. But then you get people who are like, I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking for somebody to get to know, just like you are. Okay, great. So here we go to the next problem. Conversation. Conversation. I don't know if people just don't know how to talk these days. Maybe it's because I'm a big communicator, but I'm big on communication. And some people don't like to text. Like I don't tell people, you got to text all the time. I like phone conversation as well. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear what you sound like. There's some people that I didn't heard how they sound like, and I'm like, ooh, boo, it's enough for me. Like the way they sound over the phone, they sound ignorant. They can't talk, they can't articulate. That's articulation and sounding intelligent is big for me. I can't have you, me, and here I am, motor mouth, like to talk. I use big words, okay? So I can't be with a dude who's like, I say something to him and they like, well, I don't know what that is. GSP said most people are simple. Girl, that's not making me feel no damn better. Most people are simple. Yeah, but Jesus Christ. Y'all see how hard it is to be me? I understand that most people are simple. I'm not simple. I mean, I'm simple as in, like, my taste is simple. I'm not high maintenance. I'm not materialistic. I'm not into flashy cars and money, and you got to be like a millionaire, and you got to take me out and pay my rent and pay for my kids. And, I'm simple as in, I like simple things. I like to go out, like right now. I'm walking the lake. I like to walk the lake. I like to go to flea markets. I like to go to festivals. I'm not, it don't take a lot to impress me. I just like spending time with somebody. GSP. GSP said I'm different and smart. That's a rare bird. It truly is, and that's therefore it makes it hard. But when I do have when I do get messages back and forth, and we exchanging messages and yada yada, the conversation just be dry. Once you get over, you got to start out like where you work, where you live, do you have any kids, what are you looking for? Like once you get past that, okay, get past your job and are you born and raised here? Are you native to Texas? Just the normal stuff to get to know the person, likes, interests, hobbies, stuff like that. Once that is gone, it's just kind of like, and then engagement. I'm gonna stop here and look at this beautiful sun I got. Look at this, y'all. It's so damn beautiful. I just have to look and take it in. After putting my cat to sleep yesterday, I had to get out here and take some nature in. But once you get past all the little small talk and everything, I need somebody that's going to be engaging in conversation and ask me questions. There are so many conversations I've had with guys online dating, where I have to be the one to carry the conversation. I have to be the one. I feel like I'm doing a damn job interview. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like I'm the CIA and I'm fucking interrogating you. And I'm like, what's your job? Where do you work? What hours do you work? Where do you live? Do you live by yourself? I feel like I'm conducting a police interview. You know what I'm saying? Or a job interview. Like, I'm just like, are you going to ask me anything? You have anything to ask me? Like, sometimes I ask them and be like, okay, conversation and communication is a two-way street. Girl, yes, the Spanish Inquisition. They should be tied to a table, getting a hot poker stuck up their ass or some shit. Because I'm like, dude, I don't want to feel like I'm over here, giving you a fucking shakedown, like I'm shaking you down. Like, I want conversation to me is back and forth. So where do you work? Where do you work? I have to be like, so what do you do for a living? They like, oh, I do such and such. Then I'll be like, well, I'm an accountant and I own 2 businesses. So how many kids do you have? Oh, I have 2 kids. That's what he says. Dude will be like, oh, I have 1 kid, 2 kids, whatever it is. Then I'm like, okay, cool. Then I wait an hour, no message. So I then have to send a message back and be like, I have 2 kids. 1 is 9 and 1 is almost 13. I feel like I'm talking to a mental patient or I'm talking to a 5-year-old. Like, conversation is back and forth. I ask you a question, you ask me a question, That's kind of how this shit works, okay? Go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, they sounded, but they claim they're like, well, I don't want to hook up because they know. I tell them straight up, I'm not here for a hookup. I'm not here for no friends with benefits. I'm not here for none of that. I'm looking for somebody to get to know, so we can meet in person or whatever, exchange phone numbers, meet in person. Again, I've been on dating apps since 2014. Now I haven't been on there a long time, but this is fucking exhausting and it's weird, y'all. This shit is just weird. It's weird. It's like, do people not know how to? So I just unmatched because I'm like, dude, a conversation is a back and forth. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm gonna ask you questions. You're gonna answer, and then I'm in turn have to tell you about myself because you're not engaging. There's no engagement. That to me that's normal. If I'm trying to get to know somebody, I'm going back and forth. And this is not one or two. This was 3 or 4 different dudes. I'm just like, what is happening? I asked you a question. You asked me one question. Okay, do it. We're just. I'm just like. So. Fuck out of here. I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I don't have the level of patience I did, probably in my 20s or 30s, but I don't remember it ever being this bad. I told my best friend, I don't ever remember it being this bad, y'all. I don't ever remember. I mean, there's always going to be dopes and dudes that don't conversate and dudes who stupid, like women too. But I'm like, I don't remember it being this bad. Like, I remember actually conversating with people. I don't. So I had to think back, and I'm like, was it ever this bad? No. When I met my ex, we had conversations. We talked over the app for like maybe a day or two, and then he's like, okay, here's my telephone number. There are some dudes that want to talk over a dating app for days. 3, 4 days later, 4, 5 days later. Like, and it's not just me. Like I said, I have 2 friends that are on dating apps as well. And they complain about the same shit. In the Facebook group of dating app, there are a bunch of women and men complaining about the same thing. So it's not just men, it's not just women. But I know dudes that will match up with women and that they don't ever leave no messages. They like, hey, how you doing? No response. So I'm just like, that happens to me too. So you have all these people and I read their profiles and they like, I don't want a pen pal. I don't want to be ghosted. I don't want, I want somebody who's engaging. So I'm like, okay, here I am. I'm not going to ghost you. I don't want to just go back and forth on an app and talk to you. I'm engaging. I want to talk to you. You have it in your profile. You don't want a pen pal, but then you go back and forth with me like a pen pal. And one day I just told him, I was like, dude, if you're not interested in me, just go ahead and unmatch and call it a day. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. So it brings me to my other third point. So let's say I finally get past this. Somebody send me a message. I send the messages back and forth. They finally give me their number because again, there's some weird shit on these dating apps where people don't give out their phone numbers anymore. I guess that's weird to me because I don't want to go back and forth on a dating app. So I had one dude, you sending me messages all day. Why are we sending messages over a dating app? Why don't you just ask me for my fucking phone number? That's another thing. I don't. You get these people who want to go back and forth, and I'm sitting there going, so is he ever going to ask me for my number? No. So eventually, I just start throwing hints like, this app is getting boring. I start throwing hints at a motherfucker, right? There's some dudes that still don't get it. They just like, yeah, this app is boring, blah, blah, blah. I'm throwing you hints like, okay, are you ever going to ask me for my number or are you just going to send me 10, 20 messages a day on Tinder? That's weird to me. That makes me think that you got a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a husband or something. Because to me, after talking to somebody for 3 days and messaging back and forth on dating app, I would think that they would eventually be like, hey, here's my number. Or, hey, give me your number. Well, let's exchange numbers because obviously we're talking back and forth. So why keep doing all that? My goal is to get off the app, not to stay on the goddamn app, okay? That's my goal, to get off it. I'm not trying to look at my phone and drain my battery and drain my memory because I have Tinder and Match and Stir. Okay, I'm trying to get off these motherfuckers and into real life. This is real life. This is real life. Sitting online talking, that's not real life. Like, and to get people to understand that, it's weird. It's like it's just weird. So I don't really understand why real life is not a thing. It's like, no, I just want to stay on. So let's say you finally get past that, right? You didn't talk to them, they didn't give you the number, y'all, you exchange numbers, right? So then you exchange numbers, y'all texting or whatever. They may even, for God forbid, I don't want to text all day. I want you to actually pick up the phone and talk to me on the phone. I want to hear what your voice sounds like. I want to hear what your laugh sounds like. I'm not going to meet nobody in person that I haven't talked to over the phone. That's just weird. I don't know if you're real, because these days people put up fake pics, people put up fake profiles, and then people be like, hey, let's meet up, and they jacking and they robbing people. So I have a friend that happened to her son. He thought he was talking to a girl, and it wasn't a girl. It was some dude, and then they were going to meet up at a hotel somewhere, and they met up at a hotel, and three dudes beat him up and robbed him. That really happened. So, especially as a woman, you really got to be careful. But even as a man, you really have to be careful who you talking to and dealing with online. So I tell people, I'm not meeting up with nobody unless we have a phone conversation, several, because I want to know who I'm talking to. You can meet up with somebody that don't even speak no English. GSP said, I read 90% of men will accept all girls online, but there's only 10% of men online dating that are desirable to women. I, and that I don't agree with either. I don't. We gonna do a whole video about online dating statistics and who they're asking and what demographics, because I believe that demographics has a lot to do with it. I don't believe 10%. I literally not matched, but I literally said, yes or no or like or dislike or whatever it is to tons of men, like all day. I think I've swiped yes on Tinder probably at least 10 dudes a day, you know. Um, so I'm not that picky. You just have to be tall, cute. Your profile has to have something on. There's people with the reason why, I'm gonna tell you something, another thing. A reason why a lot of women are not swiping on men online, because they have profiles with nothing on it. They'll just have pictures, their name, they'll put something like, oh, I'm looking for somebody to have fun with, and then that's it. For a lot of women that I know who get online dating, they want somebody at least to have time. If you're going to take time enough to fill out your profile a little bit, but you ain't got to write a book on there. You ain't got to tell your life story. But a lot of women will not swipe on men's profiles who don't have anything on there. There's a lot of profiles online that have nothing on there. So, yes, I can understand why they talking about the 10%, because it's not due to attractiveness, it's due with the profiles. A lot of men are setting up profiles with nothing on it. I can't see the women, but I don't know what the women do, but I feel like women put more into it and more thought into their profiles. And not everybody reads profiles, but to me it's intention. I don't even have to read your profile. But if I see that you put a lot into it, you wrote at least a couple of sentences about what you want or what you like, what you're looking for, I have much more apt to stop and look at your profile. But if you have nothing on your profile, you have one sentence, you have about 4 pictures. There's dudes that have like 1 picture on their profile. Okay, so how in the hell you think somebody's going to swipe on you with 1 picture and nothing on your profile? So I see a lot of profiles like that. Now, some of these profiles are scammers. That's another thing we're going to talk about, that people are scamming online. There's a lot of crypto scammers. There's a lot of Tinder swindlers. A lot of people living in other countries pretending to live in America and they're not. There's a lot of that. Women too. There's a lot of people looking for people to get on their OnlyFans, their Snapchat. There's webcam girls, porn star people. There's a lot of it. So especially with the women. But there's a lot of fake women on online dating. So when they do these statistics and these studies, and I'm just like, do you realize that most of the women that you ask are OnlyFans hoes? Like, that's my question. That most of these women on these apps, a lot of them, the attractive ones, or looking for their Instagram models, or they're looking for money, or some shit like that. I admit it. That's what I hear from dudes. I have dudes that get on these apps too. I have two male friends that are single, and a lot of these chicks is like are trying to get you to go offline, and they trying to get you to go on their OnlyFans and their Snapchat, and they getting paid. So it's a lot of scammers. It's a lot of that too. But as a woman, I can tell you that it's not 10% that I find desirable. If I'm 20 something years old, maybe I don't know. It just depends on the demographics and what you're looking for. I tell people that that's how it happens. But once you get, like I was saying, once you get somebody's phone number and you talk to them, and let's say they do call you and you text, then it comes down to effort and intention. I feel I have a lot of shit going on in my life. Y'all know this. I got a lot going on. I care about two kids. I got two businesses to run. I got a lot of shit going on in my personal life right now. And but so no man, a person can tell me, oh well, I'm busy. I don't really have time to really text a lot. To me, don't be on a dating app if you're too busy. If you give me your phone number and you want to talk to me and we texting, and then I go 2 or 3 days I don't hear from you, I'm like don't bother. Because I had a relationship where I had to fight somebody to give me attention. I don't want to start out with somebody and this is how it's gonna be. I understand people taking it slow and people not jumping in anything. I respect that and I get that. Yeah, if it's a real man, he'll talk to you on the phone. Exactly. That's not on me. That's on them. Because I feel like if you are ready for love and you're looking for somebody and you're serious, and I'm serious about mine. I don't play about. If I was just playing, I would put it in my profile. I'm just keep it casual. Keep it casual. If you put it in your profile that you're looking for somebody, if you're telling me I'm looking for somebody, but then you don't take the time out to text me, it takes 2 seconds to put a text. It takes 2 seconds to be like, hey, how you doing? I'm doing this and such today. It's not about keeping tabs on nobody. It's not about jealousy. It's none of that. It's about intention. And so for me, I need somebody that's intentionally trying to get to them. Because how you gonna get to know somebody? You just meet somebody on dating. How you gonna get to meet somebody and how you gonna get to know somebody if you're not talking? If you're not communicating? And I'm big on communication. You ain't gotta be stuck up my butt. I understand that people are busy. I'm busy. I'm out here walking the lake. I still make time to do my videos. I got plenty of things that I got to do. I got to go to the grocery store. I got to cook today. We all got things to do. We grown. I'm grown. I'm one of the busiest people I know. Nobody can on this planet, besides maybe the president or something. I don't know. Can tell me I'm busy. Because I promise you, you're not more busier than I am. I promise you. There's not a lot of people that are more, unless you're working 10, 12 hours a day. I don't really do all that. But literally, when I work Monday through Friday, I work about 10 hours a day. Then my kids come home. I help my kids do homework. Then I have to cook food for my kids. I have to do laundry. When my cat was sick, I had to take care of my cat and make sure he's straight and he got the right food and nurse him. All while I'm doing that, I'm still on YouTube trying to keep track of shit. I gotta do my taxes. That takes 4 hours. Life happens, but it's intention. But if you're a parent like me, that come 9 o'clock, you don't have time to talk. You don't have time to pick up the phone and be like, yo, what's up? Okay, I'm finna go to bed. I just thought I'd just call and say hi. You don't have time all of that is about intention. And so, yeah, come 7, 8 o'clock at night, I do have time to talk. On the weekends, of course I have more time on the weekends. But the idea that somebody gonna get my phone number and they talking to me, and then I barely hear from you, and then you're like, oh, I'm busy during the rest of the day. That means I'm not on your mind. I'm not, I'm just something to do when you're bored. Like I told people before, I don't want anybody to feel like I'm just something to do when you're bored. Yeah, it's an insult. It is. It's an insult and it's a lie. It's an excuse. And like I said, I don't want to be like I posted that video. I don't want to be somebody's part time, somebody's downtime, somebody I'm bored, I ain't got nothing to do. Well now let me call Kiki. I'm bored, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm sitting around, I'm bored, ain't nothing on TV. Well shit, let me call her. I don't want that spot. I don't treat people like that. If I'm really trying to get to know you, then I'm making time. I'm picking up the phone, I'm sending a text. Takes 2 seconds to send a text. Like I said, like the video I posted, I don't want to be anybody part time, nobody's downtime, nobody's see you when I see you. I don't want to start out in any kind of relationship like that. I don't want to be begging nobody. I don't want to be. I'm not one person to be blowing up nobody's texted messages. I'm not gonna chase you. I told one dude, I'm not finna chase you. I don't even chase my liquor, honey. I don't chase no man. I don't have time to be sitting there texting you and texting you. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And some men want that. Some women want that. I don't want no dude chasing me. You don't have to boo. If I like you, you ain't gotta chase me. You don't have to chase me. If I give you my number and I'm talking to you, then obviously I figure that you're worth me getting to know. You're worth some kind of investment of my time. But you don't have to chase me, honey. No man ever, I ain't never been with no man who was ever told, any of my exes will tell you, we ain't never had to chase Keisha. It's always been a mutual thing. You pick up the phone and you take your time to call me, then next time I'm gonna call you. You know. But I don't want to feel like I'm chasing or begging or pleading for anybody's time, attention. I don't feel like I have to. I don't want to, and I don't have to. I'll be by myself. I don't like being alone, but I'll be by myself all day before I got to play games with anybody or pretend that I'm something that I'm not, or play these little stupid. Well, I don't want to call her too much, and I don't want to. But if you want to call me, you want to talk to me, pick up the phone and go and talk to me. I tell anybody that, my friends. Don't ever feel like you bothering me, because if I can't talk right now, I'll come back and say, I'm busy. I'll call you later. I can't talk right now, because that's what grown people do. You don't ever have to guess or play these pity pat games with me when it comes to my attention or my affection, because I'm the type of person that whatever you give me, I'm reflecting it back. If you give me your undivided attention, I'll give it to you. But I reflect what people do. So if you feel like texting me once a day is cool, then guess what? I'm gonna text you once a day right back. This is not. This is not where's Waldo. This is not where in the world is Carmen San Diego. Like I'm not trying to find you. Like I'm too old for all of that. Maybe when I was in my 20s, I was a bit more aggressive and a bit. I feel like if you are in your 40s, you should know what's going on. If you have not figured it out, then you need to go and go figure it out. It's just that simple. I need you to go and go figure it out. And then once you figure it out, then you go out there and find somebody. And like I said, if I wasn't ready for love, I wasn't looking for love, I wasn't ready, then I wouldn't be on a dating app. I'm not trying to waste anybody's time. I'm not having anybody waste my time. So as for dating apps, my experiences so far has been wholly negative. um, I like a certain kind of guy, and I'm just not finding it. Like I said, a lot of times people can't find people because it goes down to demographics. I think if I lived in New York, I think if I lived in California, I think if I lived on the East Coast, I would probably easily find me somebody that I like. I'm living in Texas. I'm just, I'm not conservative. I'm not conservative. I'm intellectual. I'm kind of eclectic. I'm into like rocks and stones and spiritual. I think if I lived in California, it would probably or the West Coast. It would be. I have more of a West Coast East Coast vibe to me, and so I think that would be easier. So we're back where we started, back in the car and finished my walk. But yeah, I just think if I lived um, in a different place other than Texas, I think I would probably find somebody a bit more compatible to me. But that's just my opinion. But and then I'm not gonna date somebody halfway across the country. I'm not gonna do that, y'all. That's not for me. I'm not gonna date somebody, in another country. That's not for me. Y'all see these on my dentist. I got braces and now I got these little rubber band things. Lord have mercy. I can't wait till this shit is gone. But it's just not me. It's just like I'm not in the country redneck white dudes. That's not for me. I'm not into, I don't go to church. I'm not religious. There's a lot of that here. That's not for me. Um, I prefer somebody a little bit more eclectic and nerdy, a renaissance man, somebody who's more cultured. Um, that's to me, that's very East Coast. It's very hard to find here. And so I don't know. I just keep on looking. But so far, I find online dating hard, emotional. Oh my God, demoralizing in some ways. A lot of people think I have it easy. I had a lot of dudes. They're like, "Oh, you must have all these dudes and DMing you and messaging you." No, I do not. Like guys say that all the time. You must have your pick of men to choose from. I'm just like, no, no, I don't. No, I don't. I don't know why men think that I have, you have all these men. All these men must want to talk to you because you're attractive. No, they don't. Like I don't. It ain't never been like that. They don't. It depends on what kind of image you put out there. I'm gonna do a video talking about that as well. It depends on your demographic, what kind of image you putting out there. There are women. There are certain types, and it depends on the area you live in. I tell people, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I've said it before. There are people online who are dating experts. They don't have no degrees in psychology or sociology or nothing. There are people out there telling people how to online date, how to date in real life. There are people out there who are saying they're relationship experts, dating experts, men and women. They're telling you what kind of men and women you should be going for, what kind of men and women you shouldn't be going for. All of these things. I've seen snippets of people's videos. I've heard about certain people. Certain people are making a lot of money. They've written books. They used to go on tours, all kinds of shit. But the thing about it is that people don't talk about is demographic. Is location, location, location. Where you live has a lot to do with your success and failures in dating and what you're looking for. So where you live and what you're looking for has a lot to do with your success and failure. For instance, I tell people all the time, I'm in Texas, okay? I'm in Texas. I'm not gonna date somebody in another state halfway across the country. And I like Renaissance man. If I'm gonna be with a white dude, I like a white dude with some swag. Have a good day, GSP. You too, girl. I like a white dude with some swag. Okay, I like a white dude that's you know that's that's like hip hop music. I like a white dude that understand being around black folks. Um, Texas, don't come to Texas. It's not good. I mean, I like a white dude. If another type of white dude, I like a real spiritual white dude. Like I like a dude that I like people that's into crystals and metaphysical healing and astrology. Like that's a facet of my personality as well. Or artist type because I'm artsy. Y'all know I'm into art, and so some of the social circles I run around in is artist types. I like artist types, dude. I don't give me the starving artist. But I like an art-minded person. I like somebody that's into fine wine and fine dining and restaurants and stuff like that. The other side is I like a dude that's into hip hop. I like a dude that's a white boy with some swag. I like white boys that dated black women, hung around black people. I live in Texas. Do you think I'm gonna find that in Texas? In Dallas. Now I don't know about Houston. I don't live there. El Paso, San Antonio. I don't know. Um, yeah, California has all that shit out there. They was all doing yoga poses, and they was all, and they some of them were investment bankers by day, and then yogis on the weekends. Like that's the kind of man I like. They were into a lot of cultural. They were I know white dudes in California that spoke Korean, and they spoke different languages because I know my East Coast white boys. My East Coast white men, let me hear. I know y'all listening. The East Coast white boys got swag. They into, there's a certain urban dress, even investment bankers. They be investment bankers by day and then they be a DJ at a club at night. That's the kind of swag that I like. I'm from up north, I'm from Michigan. So white boys up there got a kind of, they ain't Duck Dynasty. I don't date country dudes. I'm not into country music. I don't like long beards. I don't like chunky dudes. Like I'm not into chubby dudes. No offense to anybody out there, but that's just not what I like. I get out here. I work out. I eat keto. I try to stay fit. I'm killing animals. I'm not into hunting. I'm in Texas. I'm literally on Tinder. 90% of the white dudes is a picture of them holding up a fish or a deer or a rabbit or some shit. The fuck out of here. I don't agree with hunting. I'm not going to hunting. I don't. You shot a majestic ass fucking animal, and you have the nerve to put that shit on your Tinder photo. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not into hunting and killing animals senselessly. You better eat that whole motherfucking animal, the whole thing. I'm not a hunter. I'm not into guns like that. Yeah, I pack. Yeah, I'm a Second Amendment person, but I'm not out here hunting and killing defenseless animals. That's not my idea of attraction. I'm not out here fishing and holding up a fish with his blood streaming down the side of the motherfucking fish. Are you kidding me? I'm not into you wearing hats and boots and you got a MAGA hat on and a MAGA motherfucking. What the fuck do I look like? I'm a black woman. A black woman. We are some of the most politically active, educated, entrepreneur, demographic in the fucking country. Do you think you're gonna find you a conservative black woman? There are more conservative black men than there are black women. So best believe when you fucking with a black woman, we are very politically, we are very socially, we are a lot of us black women who are successful black women are about our money, are about our community, are about our kids. And we out here, we doing it all. We are entrepreneurs. I am educated. I am an entrepreneur. All of that. So I am in that demographic of black women. I'm a successful, intelligent, articulate, educated black woman. Period. So do you think that I'm politically aware and astute of my blackness, confirmed in my blackness? So me dating someone conservative or somebody Christian, I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in God. So if you gonna come at me and want me to go to church with you, it's just not gonna happen. I respect people's opinions, respect people's religion, but I couldn't see me having someone like that in my life because I'm not gonna go to church with you. I respect people's, religion, and I have friends that are religious, friends that do believe in God. I'm not offended by it at all. But in order to share my life and to be involved with my children eventually, you got to understand what you're getting into. And yes, I'm like people see my pictures and they think I'm one thing and I'm something completely different. And I'm like, yeah, I'm nerdy and I like nerdy stuff. I don't necessarily have to have a nerdy man, but I have to have somebody that is politically aware, that is understand what's going on, that cares about shit, that's not offended by gay people. I don't want no motherfucker I'm dating up there saying homophobic shit, racist shit. I'm not having it. I have enough stress in my life without dealing with somebody that I feel like I have to fight with and argue with, or I'm offended by the shit that they say because what they're saying is going to offend some demographic of somebody I love. I have gay friends. I have Mexican people in my family. I have white people in my family, black people. I have all kinds of people in my social circles and groups. So I can't be with somebody that's uncomfortable around black people. Who never dated a black woman because I tell white men all the time, I am not a white woman. Dating me is not like dating a white woman. I am very much a black woman all day. Bitch, I got a head wrap. I got an African head wrap on. Do you think I give a fuck about Real Housewives of the Potomac or some shit like that? I don't. I'm heartbroken over police brutality. I'm heartbroken over Roe v. Wade getting canceled. I'm heartbroken over a bunch of shit. So if you're gonna be with me, you gotta understand that sometimes I'm gonna go off. Sometimes I'm gonna be in a mood, and sometimes the Supreme Court is gonna levy a decision that I'm being my feelings about, and you have to be able to talk with me about that. And you may not understand it, but I need you to be open-minded enough to understand that I care about things. I care about this country. I care about other things that don't just have to deal with me and my money and my life. Yeah, I'm all about that. But when I tell people to bring their conversation, you can't bring me on no bullshit conversation about, what brand new pairs of Jordans you got today. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I wear shoes I bought from Amazon, bitch. I don't give a fuck about no Michael Kors, no Gucci. I don't care about none of that shit either. What I care about putting Gucci money in my pocket. What I care about is breaking myself from systematic oppression. What I care about is not being materialistic and stacking my money so I can have my passports ready just in case I need to be up out this bitch. That's what I care about. So the idea that that I'm gonna be with somebody who doesn't care about all that, and that's where my spirit is strong. I have a strong spirit, and I can be kind, and I can be sweet, and I can be caring, and I can be all of that. But these day and age, it's just kind of like I don't know. I don't know. I just like I said, I feel like I'm living in the wrong area for the type of person that I'm looking for. So I'm gonna keep y'all abreast of what happens, but I just had to vent my frustration and rant today because I'm just so fucking frustrated and just appalled and shocked and confused and mystified by all of this now and how things have changed since I was online dating and how horrible it is, and like nobody wants to meet, and I'm like, well, nobody wants to meet in person these days. I want to meet in person. I don't have any issues with it. I got somebody to watch my kids. I don't. Ciao. Anyway, I'll do another video. I may come back and do another rant, but I'm sorry for ranting. But thanks to everybody who showed up. GSP, um, Dustin, what pulls my teeth? Everybody's watching this on the rewatch. Tell me your experiences in the comments. I don't know. I'm lost, y'all. I'm just lost. This is just another frustration in my life that just makes me so. So, but anyway, y'all, thanks, and I'm finna head to the store and get the rest of my day started. Bye.